Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You're watching the Dr. Sheila Show, and I am your host, Dr. Sheila, where we believe that your thoughts become your reality. And today, I'm so excited. My guest today is Miss Lavinia Jackson. Lavinia, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Please tell us about you, who you are, and what
Okay.
it is that you do.
I am the founder of Infinity Loves ATL, which is a dating site for individuals living with HIV and AIDS throughout the world. We launched in 2015. We actually just launched the mobile app in Google. We're still in the process of getting Apple, because you know how Apple is.
Right.
You gotta make sure you have everything, T's crossed and I's dotted. So it's going real good. I'm really enjoying every moment of it, being able to give back and help in that community.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm very glad that you have started this agency. You know, I think that we get caught up in work and life and,
Right.
you know, all of that. So that's what today's topic is for the show is, you know, life and work and
Right.
dating thereafter. You know, how do you get back into it, you know, whether or not it's after divorce or
Right.
some other major thing, you know, breakups or, you know, loss of a spouse or, you know, financial situations. Things could happen that take us out of the dating scene.
Yes, they can.
But specifically for those with HIV and AIDS. So kind of tell us a little bit more about you and how, you know, how you started that.
Sure. I was diagnosed with HIV at the age of 17. I remember like walking into the clinic and I'm like, I'm still a child. How could this happen? You know, how could this happen to me?
Right.
You know, when I found out I was HIV positive, like a couple months later, I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So the main thing that I was concerned is like, okay, I don't want to pass this virus to my daughter. I want to
baby.
make sure that my daughter has the chance to be born in a world negative.
Right.
And she's 13 years old today, and she's negative.
That's good.
By grace of God.
Right.
I recall when I was pregnant with her that I had to take, it was almost 100 pills a week. I had to do 14. Just imagine 17, taking 7 pills in the morning and 7 in the evening. And I never missed a day because I wanted to make sure that my daughter, like I said, that she was born negative.
Right.
And it does take you out the scene because, you know, a lot of people tend to isolate themselves because people, you know, the stigma is still around HIV.
Right.
Oh, you can't have any kids. Oh, you can't go on, you know, start dating.
Right.
And I'm like, I want to use my story to help my community and help other people as well to know that life still goes on after HIV.
Right, definitely. Wow. So some of the challenges, I mean, that's a major challenge, but with those challenges and setbacks, you know, some people are probably looking and watching, like, how were you able to, you know, get through that?
It took a while, to be honest. Right before I had launched my dating site in 2015, that's when I told my parents, told my family.
Okay.
So I held it for, you know, my daughter dad, that's who I contracted the virus from. He didn't know his status.
Right.
But I held the secret for so long that
Right.
before I launched the app, I said, you know what? I need to have this conversation with my family.
Right.
And I did, and you know, I still have the support. No one acts any different towards me. I actually have more support
That's
now.
good. That's good.
But it's just, you know, still going on after life that I'm living my life, and that's how I want other people that are living with HIV or that newly diagnosed individual that you can still go on and date, enjoy your life. Life goes on.
What motivates you? Because you seem like a very motivated person, and this is again, this is an amazing thing that you're doing because it gives people, you know, the opportunity and that hope is there for them,
Right.
You know, because you got to continue to live your life.
Of
so
course.
what motivates you?
What motivates me is my daughter.
Okay.
She's the main one that motivates me. And God, I know, like, I'm here for a reason. And I feel like that's my passion, and that's something that I can help give back to that community as well. And also educate people that people who are negative, that they can stay negative. And there's different, medication has changed so much that someone that's negative can take precautions to prevent themselves from contracting the virus.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. What we're going to do is continue our conversation with Ms. Lavinia Jackson.
All right.
And our conversation today, our topic today is about work and life and the ability to continue dating here on the Dr. Sheila Show, where we believe that your thoughts become your reality. Stay tuned.
My name is Lavinia Jackson, and I am the founder of Infinity Loves ATL, which is the new innovative dating site for individuals living with HIV and AIDS. I know a lot of people will probably want to know what inspired me to start a dating site because I was diagnosed with HIV at the age of 17. And I just used my story to help other individuals to know that life still goes on after HIV, and that I have a daughter as well. She's 13 years old and she's negative. I'm dating and the individual is negative. They know my status. And like I said, I just used my story to help other individuals to know that I don't want you to isolate yourself. I don't think that you should isolate yourself from the world, that you should just shut yourself down because you're living with the virus, because medication has come a very long way. You can take your medicine, live a very long life. You can also get in relationships where an individual is negative and they can be on a medication called PrEP, which is an HIV medication that they can take as well to prevent them from contracting the virus. So I just want to share those tips with you and just share my story to uplift you and help you in any kind of way.
Hello and welcome back. You're tuned into the Dr. Sheila Show, where we believe that your thoughts become your reality. And today our guest is Ms. Lavinia Jackson. I'm so glad that she is here because we're talking about, I think, what a lot of people struggle with is that work-life balance and being able to date again after you have perhaps gone through some life situations, challenges, obstacles. It could be sickness, it could be, financial difficulties, but specifically today we're talking about those who perhaps have HIV and or AIDS. And we want to continue our conversation with you, Ms. Lavinia. So tell us, please, how do we find that work-life balance? Because on a personal level, I have been there because, you're deep into your work and your career, but then, you're trying to date a little bit, but then life comes at you and you're like, the dating gets pushed to the side.
Right. It is hard to balance. I'm not even gonna lie to you, especially when you have a child as well.
Right.
Then you work, and then you're trying to have, your business and everything, and dating. So it's like, I'm gonna put a little bit here. I'm gonna spread my time here, spread my time here. So it's just, trying to balance it. It's not gonna be perfect.
Right.
You're gonna have some hiccups along the way, but it's just trying to get it all lined up together.
Right.
But it's not easy. It's not.
So what would you say for someone who is probably watching right now and they're tuned in?
Okay.
And, perhaps they may have a similar story to what you explained before we went to break. Maybe they just got recently diagnosed, with HIV, and they feel like, okay, I'm never going to be able to date again because, I have this diagnosis now.
Right.
What advice would you give to them?
I don't have no problem with dating. And, I disclose my status and everything, but most of the guys like I talk to and date, they're negative. Okay. And I tell them and they're like, well, why? They don't believe me. Well, you don't look like you have HIV. Then I have to go in and spell the story like, okay, HIV doesn't have a look. That's what everybody is still stuck on. Like, people have to look sickly or this, and I'm like, that's not the case. HIV doesn't discriminate. If you're out there and you're not using protection, you're putting yourself at risk. Right. So, I just make sure I take my